Jimmy, this is MC Alfred and Ozzy Star. I'm just chilling, Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Why every man am I thinking? What are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. You can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself, and known as Alfred, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your what I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. What's up, world? We got a fun show for you guys today with Grammy Nominee Linda Chorney coming on in a little bit. She's fabulous. We want to say hi to everybody, but first let's say hi to everybody here. We've got our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I don't feel like talking.
Okay, well then we've got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
I don't feel like talking either.
Good, so fuck this
Okay.
show. Let's not have a
So
show.
then we have a whole
That's a
chat
wrap.
room.
Let's go to lunch. Let's go to lunch.
Then we have a chat room with people in it. What's up, chat room? How's everybody doing? It's going to be a lot of fun today. And before we get started, I guess Ron's going to do
I
something.
have a bitch. Now listen up, folks. What theater is it? What are they
It's
called?
not a movie pass.
What are they called? The fucking theater. The name of the theater. What is it called?
It's not theater. It's a movie pass.
Yeah, but okay, movie pass. Pass your ass. Movie pass. $20. No, $10 a person a month entitles you to see every film you want for no additional funds. They tell you. So of course you join, and it's $10 each, $20 a month. It isn't cheap, you know. It's another bill. And then suddenly they say, "Oh no, you cannot see Mamma Mia because that's $5 extra." Or you can't see Mission Impossible because that's $4 extra.
No, you can't even see
and
it.
right now our computers are down, so you're not able to go and book it. So excuse me, do something for me. In the old days, they would have sent me a bouquet of flowers or something. I mean, they would have done something in the old days. Like said, okay, like a month free. No. They don't do any of that. It's like, screw you. So you paid us $20. Now you don't get to see movies. I think they are ridiculous, and I think everybody should tweet them and tell them to go screw themselves and whatever else. So there.
Anyway, he's just
I
pissed
said
because Mamma Mia, we couldn't go see it opening weekend,
and
but
you
we
know
got
what?
to see it the Monday afterwards.
And I'm sorry I saw it because it was crappy.
And then we can't. It's true. We can't see Mission Impossible. They're not letting you go see the big films, and it's true because their site can't handle all the traffic. It like crashed, and so it's been down. So you haven't been able to do
I mean,
stuff.
I'm not a fan of hers anyway. You know,
Who's
Tommy.
her, Tom
Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of hers at
Mrs.
all.
Cruz.
Miss Cruz.
We can't see that one, but we're gonna go see Ant-Man.
When Tom Cruise was starting off in the business, somebody must have met him in Central Park in the brambles, the bushes, because they said, you know, are you cruising? And he said, oh, that's a good name. I'm going to be Tom Cruise because I cruise a lot. Anyway, we're not really saying Tom Cruise is a homosexual.
But anyway, we saw 7 movies for $10 each, so we got our money's worth for the month, the first month that we had it.
Yes, but I don't care for
7
this.
times like $15
But
bucks.
they should not have said that a premiere movie is $4 extra. That should have been said. It's improper disclosure.
I know, but it was $105 and we got it for
I
10.
don't give a shit. It's principle. It's not the money.
They changed the whole thing now. They're not going to let you go see the big ones, but what are you going to do? And
So I'm not going to join them anymore.
sure you are.
No, I'm not.
Sure you are.
No, they're ripoffs. They're liars. They teased you, and it's like the old come on. You know, come on down. You're going to win a car, and you go down, and the place isn't even there. It's some hack guy trying to sell
That's
you a
okay.
ticket.
We still saw 7 movies for the price of less than 1.
Why do you look at me like that with such disgust?
Because it's ridiculous. We saw all the movies we wanted to see except for Ant-Man, which we're going to go see later because I want to see Ant-Man.
Ugh, I got to suffer through that two-year-old movie.
It's not a 2-year-old
for
movie.
kids.
It's not for kids. It's a superhero
Ant-Man
movie.
versus the Cricket Man versus
No,
his
it's
sister's
Ant-Man
ass.
and Wasp, I think.
Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp go against
Wasp is the girl from like Lost. She's super gorgeous.
Oh,
and
she's a wasp. She's a Protestant
I think it's
from
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Boston. What?
Yeah, she's a Protestant from Boston. I love this. Chad, do you watch any superhero movies?
Probably back in, the 70s, early 80s maybe. But now everyone wants to fight each other. Like the good guys are fighting each other. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, Ron didn't like that Batman
No.
fighting Superman thing.
When I
cool.
was young, we had Mighty Mouse, and I loved Mighty Mouse. Here he comes.
And Flash Gordon.
And my Flash Gordon. And those superheroes were real heroes. They weren't mechanical. They didn't jump around and fly. They were like real people that fought off the bad people. And it was a lot more believable.
Yeah.
But today, we've gone into a world of fantasy.
Dark
Everybody lives in
fantasy. It used to be like colorful and stuff. Now it's all dark film. You know?
I think Ant-Man and the Wasp will be like Daredevil, though. It'll be very
but
funny.
Batman looks like shit in that dark gray outfit they put on him. I loved him when he was blue and pretty with the stars and stripes.
Yeah, I have a 4-foot Batman. He's blue. I like him
but
blue.
now the new one, he's all dark gray and dirty looking, and he looks like he's into leather, that he goes to these leather bars and whips queens. You know,
Hey,
that
now.
kind of look. He looks like a what is it called, Jimmy, those leather people?
S&M.
S&M person?
S&M person. That's what Batman looks like. He's going to fist fuck somebody. or
Thanks,
something.
Chad.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think it's disgraceful what is going on in the world today. That's what they said 100 years ago, and that's what they will say 100 years from now. It was so great back in 2018. Now look at it today. It's horrible. I bet you Trump will still be president.
It's going to be a good one, though, because the guy who plays Ant-Man is funny.
But wait a minute. Do you think Trump will still be president like 40 years from now?
No.
I don't think he's ever leaving.
Oh, who knows? Who cares? We don't talk about that
I don't
on
think
this
he ever
show.
wants to. I'm not saying anything bad about Mr. Trump.
I know. I don't even want to talk about him on the show because we lose ratings that way.
I'm no one out there. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. I really don't give a shit.
There you go. What's up? We got people in the chat room. We want to say hey to Dave Hughes from Stars Now UK is his Twitter. And, Illy from Estonia is in the chat room. And Patricia Brunicardi is in the
Where the
chat
hell
room.
is Estonia? I keep saying this every week. Where on earth is Estonia? That's like a make-believe city they used to use in James Bond.
No, it's not. Illy, tell us where's Estonia.
Where is Estonia?
She says we look great.
Thank you, but where is Estonia? Estonia was in my house last week. I had a dinner party, and everybody sure was Estonia. we were all Estonia.
That's funny.
Right. We had a good time with Linda, who's coming on the show now, who's my new love. I love her. I cannot wait to see Linda.
It's going to be fun. And what else did we do? We did something else.
Who remembers at my age? I don't know.
You know, we've been doing so many things I can't remember. Oh, well, one of the things that we did is we went and saw Linda's film
Loved it.
that she's going to be talking about on the
Should
show.
I do my quick little story that's so boring by now because I've told 50 million people?
We haven't told
Jimmy
these
said
people.
to me, we're going to see a documentary in Los Angeles. I said, I'm driving 2 hours in that car where the seats hurt my ass because he's got a Jeep. I wanted some kind of a sexy car with a soft seat, but he goes and buys a Jeep for muscle-bound, tattooed butch men to sit in. He forgot about me. Anyway, we go to L.A., and there she is charming and is lovely. She jumps up and gives me a big hug. I wanted to smack her because I don't know who she is, and I didn't even like her, and I had to go see her documentary, and I wanted to burn the theater down. Anyway, I had a puss on. I went in, I sat down there. I said, oh, shit, I got to sit through this. How long is this fucking thing? And Jimmy said, blah, 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 blah. Well, 20 minutes into it, I loved it. And I fell madly in love with Linda because she makes you feel in love with her. In friend, not because she's married and I'm gay, but you know that kind of love I mean. Anyway, she's charming. She's wonderful. She's an actress. She's a singer. She's a delight. You go see her documentary and your heart sings.
Docudrama.
Oh, go fuck yourself. A docudrama. Oh, he's always got to correct me like the old queen that he is. Anyway, it's a wonderful movie, okay? Mind you, it was called movie. We didn't have docudramas, okay? It's a movie. M-O-V-I-E, movie. Get it? Say it, repeat it after
movie.
me. Movie.
It says that Estonia used to be part of the USSR. Chad, are we like loud enough? Because I don't seem like this.
Oh, you're
like
louder.
Very loud.
You're as loud as they get.
Yeah, you
Chad?
sound good. Well, turn up your head.
Well,
no,
is
he's
Chad,
loud.
I mean, is he okay?
No, I'm fine. I speak up. I have theater training. You don't. You know, hey, how now, brown cow?
So Estonia is part of the USSR, and I think Goddess is in the chat room. So what's up, Goddess? Yay!
Hey, baby. Hey, Goddess, honey, chicky, pee, 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 poop, 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 pa, 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 pa. Anyway, the docudrama was wonderful, and I'd suggest you all go see it. And it's titled When I Sing. Is that what it's called? When I Sing. And she can sing. She really sings great. I think she's got a song out now about a wang, a dick, a penis, which I think came out a couple of years ago. The penis.
Yeah, that's
song.
old. That's just a fun parody of
That's
it.
a fun parody. It's about a big dick. But anyway, I like singing about big penises, so why not?
We're gonna play that for you guys later on too.
Right. It's a very charming song. It's very, very wholesome. Something your child should listen to.
There you go. What do you?
Especially if your child is a 6-year-old homo running around in your high heels and your bras,
Yeah.
like Jimmy used to do when he was a young boy.
No, but I wanted to have ballet shoes. That's all. I just
I
wanted
know.
ballet shoes.
He wanted ballet shoes.
I didn't want the tights.
And you wanted pink La Perla panties, remember?
No.
I was going to buy them for you.
He's gonna. If you buy them, I'll wear them.
I know you
They're
were
La Perla.
sick. What the hell did I marry? I married some sick pervert who wants to run around in panties. Oh, dear God.
Chad, what's the weather like in Florida?
Well, it's about the same type of weather it is every summer here around 3:30. The old gray, dark clouds are moving in. It should be raining anytime soon. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
And hot.
It's been very hot here. It got so hot that in my car I forgot to put my little silver thing in the window so the sun doesn't come in.
Uh-oh, what'd you do the
And
dash?
and I couldn't even touch the steering wheel. It was so hot. It was like 128 degrees.
Yeah, that'll
on the
end up
steering.
cracking your dash eventually.
Yeah, I know. That's why I only forgot once.
That's
Well, especially if you have sagging testicles.
Oh.
And then you sit on the seat, your testicles hit the burning leather, and suddenly you're singing soprano.
on your way to the E-room.
Put the air conditioning
It got very
on.
hot, I have to say.
Put the air conditioning on. My nuts are frying. Fried nuts. It's very, and if you're really hung, your wang hits it. And when your wang hits it, forget it. It's like frankfurters on a grill.
Very hot.
Very hot, my dear.
It was overcast a little bit yesterday, though.
Oh,
but,
I'm so glad.
But it's okay.
I know, you're so cute. I guess I
Look at
love
him.
him.
So
I
we're
do
gonna go-
love this man. Even though I beat him up on the show, I hit him all the time. But I love him.
Thank you, honey.
I do.
I
love
love you too.
No, you're sweet. You're nice.
I'm nice. See, Chad, I'm nice.
No, he is good.
He says I'm nice.
He is. Make dinner tonight.
There it
No,
was. I was
we'll
waiting
go
for
out.
that.
We're going out to dinner. We're going to McDonald's. Yay, yay, yay.
I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time.
I know you are, because I won't allow it.
Oh, B. Claudia from Germany just showed up in the chat
Hey.
room. What's up, B? Welcome.
Mark Schnell.
And what does that mean?
Fast, go fast.
Oh, okay.
So I know. Hucktoon and Mark Schnell.
What's Hoktun mean? Like,
Attention.
Okay.
Hucktoon.
anyway,
I learned that from the Nazi movies.
which we watched. I watched one last night
A Nazi movie?
or 2 nights ago.
Which one?
I forgot what it was called now.
You're getting old. You're forgetting.
It was that one with Jessica Chastain, and you're like, you never heard of Jessica Chastain.
I never heard of Jessica Chastain.
Everybody knows Jess. B. Claudia says go fast.
Yeah, Mark Schnell means go fast.
You gotta love it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I had a German boyfriend, and I used to yell, Mark Schnell, Mark Schnell.
let's do a quick commercial, and then we're gonna get ready to call our first guest. And our quick commercial is, everybody, thanks so much for tuning into the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific Time and 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can hear us every Wednesday on W4CY Radio with the super talented Chad Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
You can also hear us on Hamilton Radio in New Jersey, K4HD Radio in L.A., Jackalope Radio in St. Louis. We're on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Boom, Apple TV, Spreaker, Podbean, and Podomatic. And on television, we're on Vimeo, Roku, and YouTube. And our last couple YouTube videos didn't get as many hits, you guys. So go to YouTube, find the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, and watch those videos so we can get our video counts up. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Dr. Jimmy Star, and Ron is at Ron Russell Show. How was that?
Very phony. I love when you do that phony voice.
I
and
love
all
that. That's not
bullshit.
some of my announcer voice.
Yeah, I know. You do all that phony.
Like I did for the 7-Eleven commercial I did. I love it.
Right, 7-Eleven.
Anyway.
commercial.
We should play my 7-Eleven commercial sometime.
Definitely. We all can't, we have to sit there. We'll have drinks and cigarettes.
There was a
and we'll
Dynapep
watch.
commercial I did for 7-Eleven.
Dynapep. Oh, no, we won't do No.
Just to see me in my commercial.
No,
though.
no, don't. No, Dynapep was one of our sponsors years ago when I first came on the show. So I thought I'd try a Dynapep. No. Heart palpitations, couldn't sleep, was spinning, beating people up, crashing my car into other cars, screaming out the window obscenities at people.
Wow.
Made crazy, that Dynapep. Remember that shit?
I do.
So I said to Jimmy, get rid of them or I'm leaving the show. Because there's no way that Ron Russell will ever lie and say it's wonderful and use it when in fact it was
Yeah, it was
speed.
bad.
It was poison. It was speed. It was hideous shit. So, because I'm famous for telling the truth and I like telling the truth. I don't ever blow smoke up anybody's ass, as I say every week. If I say it, it's because I mean it and I feel it. I may not be right, It may be wrong thinking, but it's my thinking.
Hey, Chad, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so since you can't mute us, when we call our guest...
I did find a way. I opened up my volume mixer on my computer, and it does give you all the different applications where you can kill the volume on each one. So there you go.
Okay,
There's always where there's a will, there's a way.
By the way, nobody's interested in technology.
You're a genius, huh? Yeah, well, I have to know before we make the phone
nobody's
call.
interested in the text.
That's okay. We have to know. So here's what we're going to do, everybody. We are going to... I am very relaxed, B. Thank you. We're going to call our guest, Linda Chorney. Before we call, we're going to play a song while we're calling. The name of the song is When We. This is the music video for the song. It's part of the movie that she did, When I Sing. And it's a beautiful song. She's a phenomenal singer, and we're going to bring her on the line to call. But while we're doing that, enjoy the song When We by Linda Chorney.
Life has been less than easy. I've been disappointed more than I care to admit. But I put on a good show of color to brush away all the pain. And I don't have enough fingers on my hand to count how many times I've been let down. But I found a safe place to go where I love hanging around, where I don't feel the sting. And there's just one thing that makes me feel as light as a child on a swing. But no one can hurt me when I sing. There ain't nothing wrong with being your own best friend. Even though sometimes you feel stuck with yourself, at least you'll be there till the end. And you won't walk out on you after you've loved with all your heart. And wipe the feet on your welcome mat, not bothering to close the door behind, leaving you broken in a draft, not even wondering to look back to see if you are still okay, never questioning how it ended up, how it ended up this way. And there's just one thing that makes me feel as light as a child on a swing. Hurt me, no one can break my heart, no one can hurt me, no one can rip me apart, no one can hurt me when I sing. When I sing, when I sing.
All right, Jimbo, there you go.
Difference.
All right, everybody. So we have to make a correction. That was not When We by Linda Chorney from the movie When I Sing. That was When I Sing, the title track from the movie When I Sing. And Chad just messed it up. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you.
You're all
I take the blame.
Stupid fucking idiots. I'm
Stupido.
leaving this shitty show. I'm going back to television.
Anyway.
I'll miss
so
you,
let's
Ron.
say, let's make sure we can hear you.
Hi.
If I said say
No.
something, she
Well,
waves.
that's another.
I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
I intend to make Linda very blonde yet. One day she's going to go very blonde. Listen, you, no good piece of nothing who
Don't
I
be a
despise
dick, Ron.
and loathe. I think you're an untalented nothing, a creature from beyond, a creature from the depths of hell. You're
We didn't
horrible.
introduce her yet. But
I
what are
know.
you doing?
There's a full moon tonight.
I love you, my sweet potato. I love you so much. You're my new best friend. You know, Steve Bluestein, the comedian, wrote on my Facebook page, I thought I was your new best friend. And he got upset. I said, no, honey. I said, you made family friend. You know, you made the grade. You got promoted. And he liked that. I said, but, you know, Linda's my new best friend. And she's soon to be promoted to family friend.
There we go. So hold on. We have to introduce her. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented author, singer, actress, producer. She's just fabulous. And she's a Grammy nominee, you guys, and her name is Linda Chorney. Hello and welcome to the show. There you go. Yay! That's her book.
Now we know.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So everybody, I know that you know us, and we went to your screening on Thursday, and you were at the house. But we have to introduce you for everybody else. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron. No, everybody else doesn't know that though.
She's carrying my baby.
Okay, but there's fans of hers who have no idea who you are in the chat room, and like, how would you know? So
everybody knows who I am. You homo. It's you. They don't know who it is.
This is our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi, star of stage and screen. Stage for 45 years, screen for 52 years.
And everybody's applauding in the chat room. Then we got the man you can't see, but you can hear, the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Linda, great talent. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's lovely to be here.
And I'm Jimmy Star, and we have a chat room with people right now. From what I can see, we have Canada, Estonia, England, United States, Germany, and France represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Did Australia come in?
No, I don't see Australia there.
Australia, where the fuck are you?
So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Big Hits, how's everybody doing? This is exciting. It's international. You know,
Yes.
I wrote a song in 10 languages.
What song was it?
It's called Love from All Over the World, and I sing I Love You in 10 languages because when I go to another country, I don't want to assume everybody speaks English. Like most Americans go over there and go, excuse me. So I learn how to say, I love you, where's the bathroom, fuck you, it's too expensive, and thank you.
It's too expensive is a good one to say.
I just go there and I say fuck you. That's abbreviated all.
And that's it.
No, I travel.
In Chinese, Tai Kwei. Too expensive.
Say fuck you in 10 languages.
Oh, okay. Que fais-tu, enculé? Bava fanculo.
That one I heard of.
Chingwa de xiao jiao. I don't know it in Japanese.
In German, it's goes to fucking the Trump.
You just
Yeah. Fuck him, all right.
You fucking see Trump.
That's great.
Why do I love you so much? Were we something in a past life? Were you my mother, daughter, or sister? I really feel that closeness to certain people, not all. But there are 2 or 3 people in my lifetime that I've met like Lily McLeod, and she's black. And she said to me, Ron, how could you be my father? I said, because we're souls, and souls don't have color. So
another phenomenal singer. Another phenomenal
singer is Lily McLeod. She's all over Europe right now, knocking them dead. She's coming on our show. And actually, she's going to come to our house as a house guest. We're going to put her with the dogs or something. I don't know.
Those dogs are scary.
I know. Then I'm having a big party. And you guys are invited to the party for Lily McLeod.
Well, I loved your last party. It was fantastic. Thank you for having me. And you're a pretty good cook. You'd make a nice wife one day.
He is a great wife.
Well, stop it.
He's a fab wife.
You know, see, I learned the trick to cooking.
Let your daughters do it.
No, my daughters didn't do it. I made everything. They just put it together. Here's what I've always done wrong. I have 3 or 4 martinis before I cook. And then when I cook, I don't give a shit about the food. So you know what I do? I sit in the living room and talk to my friends and have another martini. And everything burns. And everything burns.
I'm in the kitchen right now because you reminded me I'm making black bean soup. And here, look.
Okay. Oh, don't let it burn.
I know. That's why I'm going to stir it. Jimmy Star stirs.
There you go. You got to love it.
Anyway, so the trick to good cooking is don't have those martinis until the food's made, then have them. And that's a trick to a good cook. Look at a big kitchen. That's a big house.
Wow.
Want to see the doors I designed? I'm a designer.
What don't you do?
Hold on.
What did you say, Chad?
I said, what
I
doesn't
like
she do?
rocks.
Oh, what doesn't? Chad wants to know what don't you do?
See, I don't know if you can see this, but my doors have geodes on
that's
them.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
I
we can
see.
see it.
They look
You
like
see those?
lollipops.
And look, this is me up there. That's me at the Grammys.
Oh, yay! Okay, that's her at the Grammys. We like
And
that.
let's see. This is me and Scott. And
Hi, Scott. I'm sure Scott's listening. Hi, Scott. What's up? How you doing?
Where is
he's
Scott?
sleeping.
Okay.
No.
Do you want me to go up and show you him in bed?
Yeah.
Is he really
And
sleeping?
These are all my records. This is
Wait a
me and
minute.
Greg Allman. Oops. Hold on. Did I hit the wrong button?
You're good.
No, you're still
No,
there. You're
but
there.
Why is
Hold
your
on.
why is your husband sleeping? He's not watching that prick.
You wore him out the other night.
Yeah, right. Bullshit. He's sleeping. I don't believe it. See, he can't handle his drugs.
You guys look so cute together. I love your shirt.
Yeah, we're parrot sisters. Parrot.
I think mine's a red bird or something. Is mine a parrot too?
Yours is a parrot, you stupid bitch. You don't even know what a fucking parrot looks
I don't know
like.
what a parrot looks
Oh,
like. I just
God.
like it because it's pink. I like pink.
And I like mine because mine is a parrot, and I love
I
parrots.
moved because it's cooler in this room.
Okay.
Are we okay?
Yes,
We're
we're okay.
okay. So let's
Okay.
talk a little bit about your crappy movie that stinks. That people shouldn't even bother wasting their time or money to go see because it's such a dog. Actually, I loved it and it was great. Let's talk a little bit about this. Let's get serious, okay? For those of you out there who have a career and you've been banging your head against the wall for 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years, like some of us, don't give up because there's a slot in time where you belong. There is, I believe that. There's a slot. Am I using the right word? Slot in
Space,
time.
place.
A
What'd
space.
you call me?
A slot. A slot. There's a slot in time where you belong. You have to be patient and wait till you get to that slot. Once you see that slot, jump in because that's your 3 minutes of fame. And in this movie, you learn that trials and tribulations of our business can be very, very upsetting. But there is a silver lining. There is a happy rainbow at the end of the. I sound like shit.
No, that's not really good
I sound
anyway.
like a
I don't
fucking
think that's
priest.
a good thing.
I sound like a priest.
Because the whole purpose, okay, first of all, we should tell people what we're talking about.
That's what I got out of
Okay,
the movie.
the name of the movie, everybody, is called When I Sing. You can follow him on Twitter, When I Sing. We're going to play the trailer for it in a minute so you can get an idea of what it's about. Basically, Linda was a non-signed, unmanaged,
No.
everything.
Now you're talking about the movie. You're not going to say the plot and what's going on.
No, you have to say the plot.
No, let people wonder what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay, well, here's the whole thing, though, is the point of the movie is
The point of the movie
is
don't give up.
Right,
That's
there you
it,
go, and you got to
period.
pick yourself back
Period.
up.
Well, that's where I was going to. You rudely interrupted me.
Oh, I didn't rudely interrupt. You weren't going there.
You undersexed homosexual.
If I'm undersexed, that's your fault.
That's not what my boyfriend's telling me.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys, the name of the movie is When I Sing, and so people can get an idea. First of all, tell us from your point.
Wait, let me say one more thing, then you
Okay.
can have the floor, you little fruit.
Okay.
She is absolutely delicious in this movie. Entertaining, sweet, cute, cuddly, a funny girl. You feel for her. You want her to be. You just love the character. I fell in love with her from the film. Now that I know her in person, oy, you shouldn't know for it. As the mother said in the film, "Oy vey is me."
I face me.
What a goyle I got already.
So first of all, though, you have to reiterate that because she's not a character in a film. The film is about her, so she's actually playing herself in the film.
I know that, but she's playing a character of herself because
Right.
there's things in there that are really just for the film. So she's an actress. Let's not take that away. She's not a person impersonating herself. She's an actress. Why is he doing this to me today? I'm going to fucking kick him right in his nuts.
Actually, though, no, because she wrote a book about it and
Shut
everything,
the fuck
which
up.
we're going to talk
You're
about.
annoying me, you boring. Such a fucking boring thing. You are a bore. The biggest bore I ever met in my life.
Okay, well,
you could bore a horse to death.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes. So everybody, the name of the film is When I Sing. And so you tell us a little bit. Tell us in your version, like you made this film because why, and we'll tell us a little bit what it's about. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play the trailer.
She made the film so that you could talk incorrectly about it.
No, I didn't talk incorrectly. You did.
That's why she made the film, so you could make a monkey of yourself.
No. Anyway, go, Linda.
I want to have a microphone too.
Hey, now.
It's all yours now. We did our thing. We
Well-
We warmed them up for you. Now go, girl.
Hi, everybody. First of all, if somebody from England is listening, I wonder if it's Trevor Sewell. Trevor, hi, Trev, if that's you. His music is in my movie, and all of the music in the film is independent music. And I made the movie because hashtag Indie Lives Matter. And
I like that. We need to start trending that.
Yeah, will you help me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of them.
Talking to the mic.
Nice
I'm writing it down just so I don't forget. Indie Lives Matter.
I saw that banana. I thought it was an ex-boyfriend of mine.
Oh.
Waving hello.
Okay, so I actually made the movie because I wanted the truth out. And it hurt me. It hurt my feelings when I know it shouldn't. When I finally got nominated for a Grammy. Sorry, I just got a text from Jackie Bertone, Jackie's Groove. He loves you guys. He has his own show and he's watching. Hi, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie, what's up?
He's like, I love those fucking queens laughing my ass off. That's what he just wrote. So, anyway, I had been working in bars for 30-something years, and against all odds, I got nominated for a Grammy. And rather than it being my Cinderella story, they tried to shit in my shoe. And they made up stories about me, you know, from the film. I'm not going to give the whole thing away because, Ron, you're right about that. But the synopsis is they made up some story that I'd somehow cheated to get nominated, which is not true. So I actually experienced fake news just like some other people.
Oh, that's a lie. There's no such thing as fake news. Meanwhile, let me interrupt 1 second, then you continue.
Yes.
In order to win a Grammy, you must have at least $1 million to bribe Schmier and Khan. All of these game shows, all of these Academy Awards, everything is political. It's all about what country needs to be recognized. That's the person who wins Miss America. It's all bullshit. It's called theater. It's called entertainment. Don't take it seriously. So I believe that I don't want to give it away.
Well, it would be physically impossible.
I don't want to do it, but this girl was treated unfairly by not putting $1 million in somebody's pocket.
Also, it would be physically impossible, financially impossible for an indie artist who plays in little clubs to have the money to actually cheat the Grammys. There's no way to cheat the Grammys. And one thing that's cool, after we play the trailer, we'll talk about how the rules for how you get nominated for a Grammy and everything totally changed after you totally threw a loop in the system.
Also the best. Yeah. The best example of this is if Donald Trump were poor, he would not be the president.
There you go.
So there's a perfect example of what money can buy. You can buy the United States of America if you have enough money.
That's
but Linda, here we go again with the no smoke up your ass bullshit. I do not compliment or say anything unless I full-heartedly mean it. I compared your voice to Marilyn. What's her name? These little roller skates. What's her name?
To Melanie.
Melanie. You sing better than Melanie, and I loved Melanie's sweet little voice. You had a beautiful little voice, Melanie. You are a great talent. You sing beautifully. You're an actress. You're a comedian. And besides all of that, you're a wonderful human being. And I'm so happy to know you, and I want to know you till the day I go to the ash bin. And I mean,
better not be for at least 20 years, minimum.
Let's see, how old will I be? 78, 88, 98? Maybe at 98 I'll still be here.
I want to actually ask you another question, too. Before I want to play the trailer, though. Let's do the trailer first, and then I'll ask you.
Yeah,
I think people need to see the trailer to get an idea, because we're talking about it, and that gives them a visual.
I still can't believe you're 78, though. You look incredible.
Well, you know, the face looks good, the body's decent, but the mechanisms are getting old.
But they all work, baby. Let me tell you.
Maybe there's some specific kind of ointment or lotion or some sort of liquid
to put on your
face.
Yeah, a 12-inch Negro's cum.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I suggest everyone go out in the street and ask a black man, Negro man, if he's got 12 inches, and then whack him off, let him shoot in your face, and massage it in the skin.
That was terrible.
It does. It's called black velvet.
Yeah. So hold on. So let's say, Chad, you have the trailer. Now we want to make sure it's the one that says "When I Sing" trailer.
Don't be a smartass. I got it.
Chad, you're getting bitchy.
Okay, so
you're on our
Hang around,
show
you guys.
too long. You're getting to be
I see your belly, Ron.
Suck it in, fellas.
See, that's because Fuckface lowered the camera.
Chad sent me a message
Fuck
to lower
Chad.
the camera.
Yeah, you guys were like a head on a platter.
Chad, fuck you. Not my belly show. Raise that. Do that fucking.
It's
Suck it
fine.
in.
Anyway.
No. I can't.
So Linda, we want you to actually you announce the trailer and then we'll play it for everybody and we'll come back and talk.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the Jimmy Star Show and Ron, get ready to see When I Sing trailer. Yay!
This is for the 99% of us that are sitting in the corner of a bar wondering if anybody's listening.
I've been chasing the dream for 30 years. I thought I would have made it by now. There've been good guys and bad guys, and ups and downs. Hey, it's a living. I'm missing the boat. And after all, I made history. What? I did.
Who in the universe is Linda Chorney?
I started playing piano at 4, switched to guitar at 10, always wanted to be a rock star. But now here I am, back in Vail, single again, after screwing up several relationships.
Warm them up for you.
Why don't you blow on him? It's the only action you're gonna get tonight. Those beautiful blue eyes would not distract the fact that you're an idiot.
You cannot keep doing this. How are you going to support yourself?
Linda, I want you to do the album of your dreams, and I want to finance it.
What? We're having a baby!
I was like a kid in a candy store. This is my last album.
Best album you've ever done. We got to market it, and we got to get it to all the labels.
Yeah, right. Like Sony Music wants to sign a 51-year-old woman. Maybe they have a menopausal music division.
What if you put it in the Grammys?
I told you 6 months ago that you needed to get some contacts.
I have as much chance of getting nominated as I do getting pregnant. You know, it was a Hail Mary. We tried. You did it? You made it?
You know you don't belong in this. You know you're a joke, right?
They're clearly trying to f*** you. Winner is...
No one can hurt me.
You sang in bars your whole life. Why don't you just go back to singing in bars? It seems to be working for you.
No one can hurt me. Is it so wrong? No one can rip. Believe that you can make it to the top? No one can hurt me. When I sing.
All right, there you go. Looks good.
Hang out. All right, everybody. So that's When I Sing, the story about Linda Chorney and her Grammy happiness and debacle all together. It's a fantastic, fantastic film. You guys will love it. You can follow it on Twitter at When I Sing. You can follow Linda on Twitter at Linda Chorney. It's just like horny, but with a C and an EY instead of a Y. So Linda Chorney. And she even has an album. One of her. I don't know if it's your first album, but I saw an album on iTunes, and it's called Me So Chorney.
That's my third album. I have 7 albums.
She has 7 albums, you guys. She has 3 cassettes, an autobiography of which she's wearing the shirt for, and it says "Who the fuck is Linda Chorney?" which I'm assuming you wrote after the whole Grammy thing.
Well, what happened was I was interviewed, and on the cover of Variety, by the way, and I was in the Associated Press and all these places, and one of the quotes from some big record exec was, "Nobody, managers, producers, publicists, labels know who the fuck this chick is." And I thought that was funny at the time. I thought they were saying it in a complimentary way, but they weren't. But I thought it was cool, so I decided to make T-shirts saying "Who the fuck is Linda Chorney?" So that's how that came about.
Okay, and then you turned that into the title of a book. Yes.
Yeah.
When I had my show running for years ago, I was on Playbill, a magazine, and somebody said, now they've got drag queens on Playbill. What is it coming to? Now that's all there are on Playbill is gay people. So I was one of the first. No, because theater now is all gay, and it's out and open. So I was one of the first. I know what that feels like when they make you feel like you shouldn't be where you are.
It's terrible.
It just stinks. I mean, who the fuck?
But it's just jealousy too, though.
No, it's theater pomp or what? No, not pomp. It's called snobbery or it's called some kind of stupidity. I don't know.
You know what? Just don't let them. In any circumstance, not just in the biz, but don't let anybody friggin' intimidate you. Just believe in yourself and fuck them. And that's why I made the movie. This is the movie the industry doesn't want you to see. And I don't care.
But nobody.
And the tagline is nothing can hurt me when I sing, and that's right. Nothing can hurt me.
No one can hurt me.
No one can hurt me when I sing. And we played the When I Sing video by mistake, Chad. And so we're not going to play it again, but we're going to play.
Linda,
fired.
Linda, I want to pass something on to you. Something I learned 100 years ago from Bobby Denard, who skated with Sonia Henney, and he was in the Ice Capades, one of the most famous solo skaters. He was very gay. He had white blonde hair with false eyelashes and makeup that he'd say he forgot to take his face off when he would go to restaurants with us. So people would laugh at him and back in those days and make fun of him. And he'd stand up in the restaurant very elegantly and turned around and say, "People pay to see me. Do they you?" And then he'd sit down. And I learned that when anybody gives me a rough time, you know what I say? Hey, people have paid to see me. What about you? Mm-hmm. So shut your fucking mouth and eat your hamburger. It's rat meat anyway.
That'd be a good T-shirt too. People have paid to see me, so shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, people have, and that's my thing. Like if they don't like me on this show, I say tough luck. People pay to see me.
I love you. You are hilarious.
It costs electric. See, right now it costs people money with electricity. And they're paying to see us. And you too. So, no, don't laugh. I'm going to put this mic right down your throat. Oh, I hate him. Why am I married to him? You got a nice guy for me there like a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'd like a nice
cowboy.
A multi-gazillionaire, hot, butch-looking cowboy. Like
Jimmy, I actually feel really lucky that Jimmy and I crossed paths with such a weird circumstance, right?
Absolutely. You guys,
Jimmy,
go ahead, tell the story. You tell.
No, you go.
Because I talk too much anyway. You talk.
It wasn't weird. It's called destiny.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in destiny.
I bet you're firm.
Oh, all the time. I'm Italian and Jewish, so therefore you get very firm.
So now
go. In spite of my daughter.
How
did you like my daughter who sat there and said, "I'm not Jewish"? I said, "I never said you are, because you're Dutch, Irish, and some other shit, and Italian." I said, "I never said you were Jewish, Deirdre. Deirdre's not Jewish. Leslie's not Jewish."
Deirdre and Leslie are lovely people.
Yeah, they're my daughters, but they're not. They're not even Christian. They're nothing. They are.
I'm just me. I'm a Jew-theist, actually. That's what I call myself.
Oh, I like that, Jew-theist.
I have no religion at all. I don't believe.
That's what she's a Jew.
Yeah, religion.
Jew.
Religion divides. Religion divides and causes prejudice.
Yeah, and I'm a Jew that doesn't believe in God. So I'm a Jew-theist. I believe in matzo balls and love.
No, you know what I believe in? The tradition. I love. Oh, wait a second. No. I love the Jewish and Italian combination tradition because Jews and Italians love food and children
and family.
You know a Jewish girl eats a banana? You do, right?
Well, we know you.
You know how a Jewish girl eats a banana?
How they eat it? No.
No, how they eat it.
Oh, they peel it back. Oh, yes, all prim and proper. Not getting their hands dirty right before they swallow the whole thing.
Whoa.
Thank you.
I love you so much. You're a crazy bitch, but I love you.
So real quick, because a lot of people, everybody in the chat room is saying that they loved it and everything. Like, do you have any film festivals that you know that you're going to be in coming up?
Yeah, well, okay, we premiered in Hollywood at the Hollywood Reel, and we won the People's Choice Award for Best Feature Film.
Yay, congratulations.
Gave us some laurels. Then we got rejected from Sundance and Tribeca. I actually put official rejections on my little laurels. And then we got into Houston, and we won Houston World Fest for Best Feature Film, low budget, under 500,000. Ours wasn't even close to 500,000. And then and now we've been screening it all over the country. So you can go to whenising.com and then click on contact and sign up. It'll tell you where it's showing next, because we are doing the next film festival is in New Mexico, in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and that is in October, and then pretty sure we've got one in November in East Lansing, Michigan. And we might be going to Rome also, but we're going to do screenings, like maybe we'll do one in Palm Springs at the Camelot.
Absolutely.
And,
The Camelot's more certain than at the convention center. I think you're a little late for the convention center, if I'm remembering correctly.
No, it's not time yet, but we submitted there last year. But regardless, if anybody who's listening, please sign up for the When I Sing, and then you'll find out where we're going to be next.
Absolutely. So go to whenising.com, everybody, and check it out.
And if not the Camelot, there's another theater where they're presently showing the Frank Sinatra life story. It's a smaller theater.
There you go. Do it again. So I have a music question for you, because like I went on iTunes and was listening to all the songs on the albums that are up there, which they don't have 7 up there, I think, but they have a bunch of them up there. And do you know who Amy Mann is?
I love Amy Mann.
Several of the songs I listened to, I thought, oh my God, she's your voice has some very similarities to Amy Mann, who to me is like one of the greatest singers on the fucking planet. Like she's like my absolute favorite. Like what a great concert that would be though. Like for you and like Amy Mann to do a show together. Like I would think that's
not
the
if
coolest
they
thing
sound
ever.
alike. They kill each other.
Let me say how old she is, because people say I sound like Sheryl Crow too, but I'm 1 year older than Sheryl, so I was first, so she sounds like me.
There you go. I'm sure you're probably a little bit older than, probably a year older than Amy Mann too. That's so funny, the Sheryl Crow line though in the movie, which we're not going to give away, but like you guys have got to see this movie. It's so fantastic. I love it.
Sheryl Crow. Where was she born? Oh, guess what? She was born in 1960 in September. I was born in 1960 in March, so I'm 6 months older than her.
There you go. And
So
she looks fabulous too.
She sings like you.
That's right. She sings like you.
Screw you, Sheryl Crow.
Who cares?
Who is
You gotta
Sheryl
like
Crow
it.
anyway?
She's a famous singer.
Oh yeah.
Like really famous.
Oh.
Yeah, tons of Grammys. She's really good. She's a great songwriter, great musician.
And everybody needs to make sure, because I saw When I Sing you guys like at home on a small screen, but when you go to the theater, like it is really like such a.
Wait, let me talk about that. Shot beautifully. What? You didn't use a red, did you? A red camera?
We used an Ursa, and we used my little handy cam because and actually, other than the dialogue scenes, Scott and I, my hubby sleeping upstairs, he and I shot a lot of stuff ourselves, like just a 2-man crew, and like the skiing scenes. And Scott should get a friggin' Oscar for him holding that camera on the top of Telluride.
Right.
So,
Well, a lot of the scenes with the clarity and the crispness of the camera, I thought maybe it was a red. Photography's beautiful. It's not jump camera. There's still shots which don't make you nauseous. I love that.
Meg's in the chat room. She said if you get into an Ohio film festival, you can stay with them.
Who said that?
thank
Meg.
you.
Meg's in the chat room.
Oh, my Meg?
Meg, she wants you to call her.
My Meg? My Meg is wonderful. You will love her. She looks like Grace Kelly. She's the most gorgeous girl in the world, and she's one of my sweetest, dearest, most wonderful friends.
Yeah,
and
you'll
she's
love her.
married to probably the biggest lung specialist in the United States. Her husband, who's a dreamboat, Alan Rudnick, and they live in
Irish?
Jewish. What Irish? Jewish. She's not. He's a Jew. She's a waspy, some kind of shit.
She's a wasp like me.
Some kind of a Protestant thing.
And and B. Claudia's saying it should come to Berlin. I think February 2019, she said, is the film festival.
We submitted to Berlin. We didn't get in there either.
Hey, B, you know anybody in the Berlin Film Festival? Because she said they submitted and they didn't get in. See if you can pull some strings.
Yeah, boy.
She knows a lot of people.
But I'll tell you what, no, this is what we're doing. We're doing it homegrown, grassroots. I mean, the film festivals are cool. They're one thing, but you go there generally on your own dime. They buy the tickets for the show. You get put up, which is nice and all that. But in the end, you get a laurel, which is cool too. But you don't make any money, and I'm in the hole for making the film. So we started showing it on our own, and we're selling out every single show. So I've been doing this with regular people. You want it to come to your area? Get 5 friends to work on it with me. Be an ambassador. You guys get to come for free VIP, but get 10 people each to buy tickets, and that gives us our base, and I'll rent out a theater and show it, and I'll show up and sing.
There you go.
Okay,
That's
as far as the
terrific.
convention center goes, this is what I know. Jane Russell and I and somebody else were at the convention center. I sat with Jane Russell while she signed
Now,
photographs.
this is different, though.
Shh, quiet, Jimmy. You know what the fuck you're talking about. As usual, you blow it out your ass like a genius, and you're really a dumb queen. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I can't take her anymore. I'm going to divorce
But
this
he's not
bitch.
telling you something about a film festival.
No, it is a fucking film festival. If you let me finish, why must I get upset with you every fucking week on the air? He does this to torture me. He's a know-it-all fuck who knows nothing. I'm 173. I've been around. I know everything.
All right,
Anyway,
so tell your story.
Here it is. Jane Russell was signing pictures for $35 at the convention center, or you could take a photograph with her. Okay, that was during the day. In the evening, we went into the private room to see Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. That's what they do. They put you at a table to sign your shit there, and then they run you a film. This way you make some money at the convention center, and that's how it works in Palm Springs. So if you do get in, you will sit at a table, you will sign pictures, books, movie things, whatever the fuck you got, and then you get your ass up, and then you go in to see when I screw or
It's
sing.
two different things he's talking about.
No, Jimmy, they do it at once. In Palm Springs, the film festival and the signing shit is 3 days, and that's how it works.
Okay, well,
I think you
anybody
guys
can
should
check
fight.
it out.
You should wrestle. Do a little physical
The
fight
film
right
festival
now.
is a really big deal
Can
here
I
with
tell
all the
you
big
something?
stars.
Can I tell you something? We have an enormous fan base. I mean, gigantic fan base. So you would think out of that big fan base, some people would be upset with it. No. They all write, Ron, I love when you and Jimmy fight. We go hysterical. They love us fighting. So it's like 4.5, how many, 45?
4.5.
Have you wrestled?
4.5.
No, we don't wrestle.
No.
Come on.
Wait, so that's like 450,000 fans that love to see us fight.
4,500,000.
That's what I said. Love to see us fight.
But they have those autograph signings here 10 times a year. There's one that's coming up in 2 weeks. Like, they have that stuff here all the
Jimmy,
time.
I sat with fucking Jane.
But it wasn't at the film festival where Angelina Jolie showed up and all those people. It's not. It's two different festivals.
That was, well, we're going to get her into.
She wants to be in the one in January. That's the big one, the international one that like all the
that
superstars
one,
come
that
to.
one they have to. No, her film will never make it.
Yeah,
That
well,
one.
we'll get you in it.
I
We're
won't.
gonna work
It
on
won't.
it.
It won't.
It's
Because
that makes you qualify for an Oscar if you get in that one.
If you get in that one, you get qualified for an Oscar. It's not like the other one.
well,
so
we'll try for it, but the other one is easier, and she could get.
we'll look it up
exposure.
and figure out how we can do it. Oh yeah, the other one gets you great exposure, and I like your idea of like doing the grassroots.
Well, wait a minute, Mr. Blackwell. I was sitting next to Tony Curtis. That's how I got to know Tony. Jane was here. Well, thank you. Jane's booth was here. Tony's was here. My shoulder,
But that's
like this. Tony and I were like this for 3 days. He was, God bless him, the most insane, crazy fuck, just like me. Dirty mouth, sexy. Everything was about sex. I mean, he was just a wild son of a bitch, and we got along so great. And I loved him to pieces, and he said, you know, you're going to be my buddy. And I said, of course. He said, I'm going to London now, to England, to skip my book signing. When I get back, I want you to come to Las Vegas to my home. I said, great. I want to interview your paintings. But then he passed away in England.
Hang on, we have to do a welcome.
I
we
lost a dear friend.
We want to welcome. What's Robin, the director's last name?
Oh, is Robin here? Robin Russin.
Robin Russin.
Muriel Russin.
We want to welcome him to the chat room. He's the director of When I Sing, and at the screening, after the screening, he had a party at his lovely house with his beautiful wife and his iguana. His iguana. He has an iguana and a turtle and a dog with 2-color eyes. And we had a great time. So welcome to the chat room, Robin. And say hi to Robin.
And Robin, you know, most after parties, they throw potato chips and Kool-Aid at you. Your after party was so wonderful and so giving, and everything was delicious, and your wife is incredible. And I loved your 1926, I believe, home.
1905, I thought she said.
1905 home, which was a craft home. Nice guy, your director is. Nice.
We called it, I don't know if you remembered at the beginning of the film, it's an Odd Cousins film. And
yes.
He's my cousin by marriage. Sarah is my cousin, his wife.
Oh, okay.
So Odd Cousins film.
Lovely people. He and his wife are very sweet.
Can I tell you something about Robin?
Yes.
How he changed my life, and I think your viewers would really appreciate this. So when I was going through the actual nomination crap and the crazy Hollywood mentality, you know, they live in LA, and Robin's a screenplay writer, sold his first screenplay for $500,000 to Steven Seagal. Did really well, and he teaches screenplay writing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling him this crazy story. He thinks it's nuts. And then I wrote the book, which he helped me edit because, you know, I'm not a professional writer. Well, I wasn't, but I am now. But he helped me in that sense. And then I said, I'm going to make the movie. He tried to shop our movie, for an option, the book, and didn't get anywhere with that. And so I was like, I'm going to make the friggin' movie if it's the last thing I do. And then I used my life savings from my singing and pulled every favor out of my ass from every friend to get it done. And then I got investors together, and then I co-wrote it with this guy named Douglas Rain, because I didn't know how to write a screenplay. I knew the story. I knew every line. But he helped me do that. And then I said to Robin, I called Robin and said, I'm going to do it. And he goes, well, who's going to direct your movie? I said, I guess I am, because I don't have to pay myself. But I really had to get this movie done. And he goes, well, what do you think of me taking a semester off of school and directing the movie for you? I said, are you serious? He goes, yeah, I always believed in your story, Linda. I believe in it so much that I will take off a semester of school. We're talking unpaid semester of college. He teaches at University of California, Riverside, screenplay writing. And he actually wrote the book. Hold on one second. He wrote the book, How to Write a Screenplay. Hold on. I bought it. He goes, why'd you buy it, Linda? But I did when I was trying to write. Look. Can you see that?
Yes, writing the picture.
By Robin Russin.
Yay, Robin.
So I bought the book from him, but anyway, he ended up directing the movie. Not only that, but so, of course, I was going to edit the film because I don't have to pay myself, and editing is one of the most expensive things, too. And of all of the things, Robin has produced plays, written plays, he's done television shows, and of all the times he could go for a grant from the University of California, Riverside, he picked my movie, our movie.
Awesome.
And
Yay.
so we got a grant for the editing.
Congratulations. Good job, Robin.
Now,
And we never fought once.
I have a good question for you, and I don't know that you have the answer.
What?
But do you think this film you did is the one and there'll never be another like it? Or do you think you're going to do another one that'll make this one look less?
No, I'm very proud of this movie. I think it's, well, you saw it, it's hard to toot your own horn, but I think it's got a charm.
Go ahead and toot. Toot,
What?
go ahead, toot. Go ahead and toot.
The one thing we're hearing back, we've had 2 reviews so far, and you can see them on the website, but the word that keeps coming up is it's got heart.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin it by somebody taking it over, but the only way I'll do another film is if I'm paid to do another film, because it was the hardest thing I ever did. I got so much more gray hair and what the fuck wrinkles, and I work. I'm still working like 15 hours a day. The moment I wake up, it's the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Working with musicians, way easier than working with actors too.
Well, like they always say, making a movie is easy, but selling it, that's the hard part.
It wasn't even easy making it, because with such a low budget, I had to wear so many freaking hats. I was exhausted. And Robin worked his ass off too. And I'm just, I'll be forever grateful to him. But it's a lovely little film. But hey, I want to tell you another story.
Okay.
So right after I got nominated, the reason I was able to do this album of my dreams is this doctor who was a fan of mine, right? He financed my album because he believed in me. Now, the first project I did with this guy, the rock doc, was a parody on The Wizard of Oz. And I had written the song after Scott, who you're talking about upstairs. One morning we're lying in bed, and I said, hey, why don't you go downstairs and get breakfast started? And he goes, hey, why don't you put your dick back in your pants? And so I thought about it. I'm like, if I only had a schlong. And then I wrote the song in 10 minutes, and I performed it that afternoon live at my gig in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And the rock doc saw it, and he said, you got to make a music video out of that movie. Out of that song. It'd be hilarious. He goes, I'll take care of it. So he drops like $4,000. We go into a studio. We have a green screen with props. I think you guys are you going to show it?
Yeah, we're gonna show it. Chad, you got.
I've seen it, and it's really cute.
Hang
but,
on.
You know, some people may be offended by it, and if you are, too fucking bad.
So
That's
anyway,
why I said too fucking bad.
right. But the funny thing is that after I got nominated, after you guys see this music video, maybe show it first, and then I'll tell you what happened after. I don't know.
Chad, do you have the Schlong song?
That I do.
All right, so you introduce it for us, Linda. We'll play it, and then let everybody watch this Schlong Song video. It's a parody.
And take it as a joke, folks. Don't get like fucking melodramatic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You
That's
introduce it. You introduce
That's
it,
the
though.
Schlong Rise.
Yeah.
I introduce it, though. Introduce it, Linda.
That was it.
Oh, that's your introduction. All right, everybody, check out the Schlong Song by Linda Chorney. Here it is.
I would while away the hours, spanking it in the shower until it made me sick. I would give myself a licking whilst I choke upon my chicken if I only had a dick. I will use it in all entries, in all exits, use it gently because I have a heart. I would never feel so lonely as I bop on my baloney if I only had a cock. Picture me behind the trees, rubbing another one out all over the leaves. I'd shake it off till it was clean, then say, "You're my best friend." Then do it again. I would roam around the halls, scratching my great big balls while singing this happy song. La-da-da-da-da-da. I would never get yeast infections, I would only get erections. I could whiz while I was standing, always having my old hand on my dong. If I only had a schlong, yahoo! I do believe in dicks. Ya-ba-da-da, ya-da-da-da, ding-a-da-dong. Oh, picture me upon my knees, trying a yoga position that could please. I downward dog till I could reach, then I tuck myself off until I screech. I could name it little buddy, and when I'm feeling cruddy, just take me by the hand. Da-da-da-da-da. And from Kansas to Wisconsin, I'd be wailing on my Johnson. I would grab my throbbing boner from Boston to Arizona. I could flog my silly willy, ringing the Liberty Bell in Philly. I could be like Uncle Remus, zippity-doo-dying my penis all day long. If I only had a schlong, just cock and balls, that's all. Woof.
All right, gang, there you go.
All right, everybody. So that was the Schlong Song parody by Linda Chorney.
See, it's not dirty. It's just matter of factual about if I had a dick, you know. So it's not bad. So anyway, check it out. So after I get nominated, the Americana Association has their panties in a wad, right? Because their people didn't get in. So whoever didn't get nominated, it was my fault, allegedly. Right. So I'm trying to cut my neck off so you don't see the fat. I mean,
keep it up, because we want to see you. You look fabulous. Okay.
So anyway, when I got nominated, apparently they Googled. I see your belly button. They Googled.
Oh, Dan, with this fucking thing.
I'll make you feel better.
No, but why is it? Wait. A couple of weeks ago, everybody was checking my crotch out because the camera was so low. A lady said to me, I had on little pants with cactuses on them. She said, you have a cactus right where your penis is.
You just got full of pricks. So anyway.
Very good. Very fast. We raised this camera.
So these guys apparently Google search me. And what do they find? The Wizard of Schlong. They find my Schlong video. That's the first thing they find of this nominee. and they watch it, and they think that it's a joke that I'm nominated. And I have so many serious songs. That one, parody is the one they freaking judged me on. And I was thinking, should I take it down? Should I not take it down? Is it going to hurt my chances of getting nominated? I'm like, I don't want to take it down, but I think my publicist at the time made me.
So now you put it back up.
It's you're not singing at your best. You're singing comic, and when you sing comedy, it's not your drama. Some of your songs, and I've listened to your songs. Some of your songs have a lot of. What is the one I like about getting old? What is that one about? Something about aging and life as it goes on. That's a very dramatic series.
Oh, that's Cherries?
Cherries, yeah. Yeah. I like that song. Everybody out there, buy Cherries. You'll like it. It tells you a lot about life.
Emotional Jukebox. That's the Grammy nominated album.
I didn't see Emotional Jukebox on iTunes.
Now, which is the one you sang at the theater that night? You sang the one about the old people.
Yeah, that's the Cherries.
Cherries.
Yeah. It's not about old people. It's from.
Well, I got it. I picked it up.
Being a child all the way through. But I have another one that I actually filmed in Palm Springs and Joshua Tree called Boots. And the chorus is, I can't find my boots. They must have walked away. I went upstairs and can't remember why. So it's about forgetting. Like you go upstairs and you're like, what the fuck did I go upstairs for? And then you're afraid, like, oh my God, when I'm old, am I going to lose it? And is my partner going to be there to take care of me and hold my hand and wipe my bum?
Well, that's a fear that most old people have. That's why I promote Silver Foxes so much for Stan Zimmerman, because it's about 4 old guys, gay guys in Palm Springs who won't get in a nursing home because they won't let gay men in the nursing home. And they wonder who's going to care for them as they get older. So
and that's a film, right?
Well, we're fighting for it. I'm going to get there. So the 4 men decide to live together. Now, Stan Zimmerman has written for the Golden Girls, and he's written for Gilmore Girls,
the Brady Bunch movies.
The Brady Bunch. I mean, Stan Zimmerman is one of the best comic writers out there, and I love him to pieces because he stands for everything I feel about ageism in Hollywood. Anyway, we're fighting like hell to get Silver Foxes up and running. So anyone out there that has a clue and in or something to help us, please do, because
I think it's brilliant.
Well, it's about time that we show the world that gay men grow old and that they have problems when they grow old.
I want to be in on the project. I'll help be a producer. Well, I think it's a great idea.
Everybody, I want to be in it. I want to be one of the Silver Foxes.
You should be.
Well, I don't know. They've already, I'm a comedian. I'm gay. See, Stan only wants gay actors. So you can't be a straight actor playing gay. He wants gay people playing gay. I'm a stand-up comic for 48 years. And, I mean, I've worked all over the country in nightclubs. So I'm not afraid of being funny, like most people are. I'll do anything that is funny. So I would love to be one of the Silver Foxes, but we'll leave that up to casting.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm all for the film. It's my cause. It's about people. It's about my peers, people my age, men my age that don't have a Jimmy, that live alone. They like one friend of ours, Stefan. He used to own the Liberace house, and Stefan is really getting up there, and we worry about him because he can barely walk. He's had several strokes.
Sure.
And, it's amazing how prejudiced people are still. I
think it's insane that they don't have. I mean, why couldn't they have? I mean, would it be unheard of to have a gay old folks home?
I think there are some, but very few in the country.
And they would probably be outrageously expensive. The reason that Jimmy and I'm not giving away where we're living because we don't want nut jobs blowing up our house.
Sure.
But the reason that we're living in our gated community is because it's 85% gay. The only one that's this percentage of gay in Palm Springs. And I wanted to live here because I wanted to live with, and it's a 55 and over. So I wanted to live with aging gay men so I could get a better feel of what's going on, because I may just write a screenplay one day about what it's all about living in a gay community with all gay guys and gay women. We are invisible. It's a sin that we are. We are good people. We're talented people. If it weren't for us, your hair would never look good. Your clothing would look like shit. You wouldn't get a good movie or a good song. I mean, we're everywhere. We make the world beautiful, unlike some people who are mean and make it an ugly place. Gay people only love to laugh and be happy and to drink and make merry.
So I have some things to say real quick. First of all,
What have you got to say, my dear?
somebody in the chat room says Oysters is a great Linda Chorney song. Oysters.
From Brooklyn.
Oh.
Oysters.
And I
That's
think
my
that
last album. Oysters is my last album. That's a title.
Who said that? Who's the girl that said that?
I don't know. Oh, that's Robin. I know it's not Robin. I don't know who that is.
So you have a fan in our chat room.
There's a bunch
You
of
can
fans.
go to the
Yeah.
Nimbus store. You can go to lindachorney.com and you can get any of my music, my book. I'm almost out of my Who the Fuck is Linda Chorney t-shirts.
So they can get emotional, because I was thinking, that's what I was about to say before we started this other conversation, is Emotional Jukebox isn't like on iTunes or anybody to download, but if they go to your site, they could get it.
Yeah, you can go lindachorney.com and get anything. I actually pulled my music off of Spotify because Spotify's the devil.
Why is that?
Because they don't pay you.
Because they fucked every single artist on the planet unless you're in the 1% and you've got a gazillion streams. Because you used to be able to at least download a song and make 70 cents a song. At Spotify, when you stream a song, it's great for the user because for $10 a month you can listen to as much music as you want till you puke. But an artist, when they get their check, they do want to puke because somebody has to listen to your song like 1,000 times for you to make 3 cents.
Go
No,
away.
it's more
I'm not
than that.
exaggerating.
It's I think it's 1,500. No, I think it's 15,000 streams equal one download or something. It's really something really ridiculous.
It's disgusting. And
But you know that if
I just did a new single, Dreams, by the Allman Brothers, and I went to put it up on CD Baby to iTunes and stuff. And I said, the rumor's not true, is it, that you guys are going to stop doing downloads and only do streaming? He goes, yeah, it is true. I mean, that's what the consumer wants.
Here's what you should do then. I'll give
But
you
it's
some,
so famous that Spotify.
because I work in the music industry a lot, like you do. If you use DistroKid, which is a plug for DistroKid, I'm not sure, it's like $40 a year. You upload as many songs as you want. You get to pick where you want it to go. So if you don't want it to go on Spotify, you can get it to go into Amazon, Google Play.
You can do
iTunes.
that with iTunes, with CD Baby too.
And then just don't have it go to Spotify.
Right, that's what I did.
What happened to years ago? You went into a store, you bought an album for $3, $3.50. You came home and you played it on your phonograph. I mean, it was so simple. You know, what's her name? Who I love to pieces, my favorite folk singer besides this one, Gypsy.
Oh, he likes Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, who I love. Stevie Nicks.
That was a great impersonation.
Well, listen, Steve, I'm a gypsy. I love this. That's my favorite video with the white horse with the unicorn, and she's dancing, and the sparkles are falling, and she's spinning around. I love Stevie. She's just absolutely my favorite. Anyway, Stevie said, "I'm not recording anymore because they're stealing all of my fucking music.
Right.
I refuse to record. I'm only doing live concerts." And my heart broke because you know what? I love her, and I'm not going to be able to get any new music out of her because she's not recording because of all the thieves out there. So, you know, folks, when you steal music, you're fucking yourself.
I don't think the general population has any idea. All the people who stream on Spotify and Pandora and all
They
those
don't know.
have no idea that the artist makes absolutely no money unless if you're Drake or you're like somebody, you know, and you get 50 million plays, you make some money. But even then, you're not making the money like you would be if you were selling the singles on iTunes.
Jimmy, you know what? So before I did the feature film When I Sing, I did a documentary called The Opening Act, which I still haven't released. It won 2 awards as soon as I put it out, but I'm kind of waiting till the movie hits so I can do like a 1-2 punch.
Piggyback.
But that is a documentary, and you go along the passenger seat with me as I record a song from start to finish, as I hustle people to be in a music video, and you see how much time, effort, hustle, money, groveling, pulling favors it takes just to make one song, how much work that is, and that maybe people don't realize what's not sacrifices, but how much freaking work and money it is to make music, and people just take it for granted.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And it's not a soapbox thing. You go, it's fun.
better story than that, and we discussed this on our show before.
Yeah.
No,
Lily,
it's not better.
no, wait, Lily Nicole McLeod, my lovely friend who sings like an angel. Nobody sings. I mean, she sings what is it, black rock and roll or black blues?
No, she does everything.
No, but she does that
I'm
black
coming to your
stuff, which
party.
is wonderful. She does beautiful soul singing. She's a soul girl. And she made a couple of $1 million in the 80s and wound up with $500.
No, sold a couple million. Okay.
She sold a couple of million, and she wound up, they robbed her blind. Joya.
We're really good friends with the girls from Expose.
And Joya is a very good dear friend of ours. You know who Joya is.
They had
Bruno.
eight top 10 hits on Billboard in the like late 80s, early 90s, I think it was. The name of the group was Expose. They're fabulous
They're
girls.
still
We love 'em.
fabulous. They're still working all over.
Number one, they didn't own their name, so they were in a legal battle for 15, 20 years to get their name. Number two, they were the highest selling girl group in history before Destiny's Child came along.
Mm-hmm.
They sold millions and millions of records. I saw them the first time in an arena with like 30,000 people.
And they're broke. Like shit.
And they got paid like $200 a night to perform or whatever. They didn't make any money at all, even though they sold, sold millions of records.
But everybody involved with them got rich, except
them. Well, there's two books out. There's Mansion on the Hill and Hitmen, which is about how they screwed the artists. There's actually a scene or chapter in that book where these record executives are around this big table, and the objective of the meeting is, we owe Phil Collins $2 million in royalties. How do we get out of it? That was the meeting. And I mean, he has money, but these other... Did you see 20 Feet from Stardom?
Say that again?
Did you see 20 Feet from Stardom, the
No.
documentary? It won the Oscar. It won the Grammy. It was about 4 backup singers. One for the Rolling Stones, Lisa Fisher, who actually sang on my Grammy-nominated album. And Darlene Love was one, who was a huge
I know
star.
her.
And she was freaking cleaning houses to survive. So
Actually, the guy from Extreme, I met the guy from Extreme one time, and like they had 2 #1 hits, More Than Words. It was a huge hit. And he's like a roofer or something before. Now I think they're on tour. They got back together and they're like on tour trying to, everybody's doing the comeback thing right now, so everybody's making money. But in general,
but Peggy Lee got beat out of money. Johnny Mathis in the very beginning, when he was selling his albums, he got like 20 cents on an album or something. Then of course, as Johnny got bigger, he got smarter. His people were bigger, and Johnny. And Johnny has sold, I think Johnny Mathis has sold more albums than anyone in the music business, male.
Is that right? Well, black people in general would get screwed in the day.
Well, all the time, because, the white guy thought he's a stupid.
Actually, they say that Johnny Mathis is the biggest selling, but because they didn't keep track back in the early days, they don't really know, but they suppose that if they did keep track, Johnny Mathis and Frank Sinatra are the 2 biggest selling
Well, Johnny beats him.
people of all
I
time.
know Johnny. I love him to pieces. He's another one that's the sweetest, dearest, kindest, most gentle, beautiful man in the world. He's got a heart that is just gorgeous and giving, and it's in his music. When you hear his music, you hear his heart, and he's coming here, so I'm so excited. He's coming to our casino soon.
You mentioned Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
So, which
he had good contracts.
Joe Piscopo. Have you ever seen him do Frank Sinatra?
No.
He does a great job. Anyway, I'm leaving on Sunday because we're doing a pilot for a television show called Casino Boss, starring Joe Piscopo, and they cast me in it. I'm going to be in it.
Of course they did. Are you kidding?
I think you're going to get a lot of stuff.
Not to.
I think you're going to see yourself in a lot of
stuff.
No,
I told her, I said, your music is going to be the second thing you do. Acting is going to be the first thing you're going to do. Because as people get to know your personality in film, if they keep you as you are now, excuse me, and they don't convert you to some sophisticated cunt from some other country, like one of these English broads or something. Keep you as you are.
You have a real presence.
Well, she's a Hamisher girl from Boston. Like I said, again, I had a joke with Steve Bluestein. I said, because he's from Boston, and he wrote on my page, he said, yeah, the 2 of us are from Boston. I said, yeah, now that the 2 of you are out of Boston, there are no more Jews in Boston.
So, there's plenty.
That's what he said. He said, what are you kidding? They're all over the place. He said, it's full of Jews. So that was the joke.
Also, Jackie Burstein.
Bertoni's
in the chat room, so say hi to Jackie.
How could you not know Bertoni?
I can read it. It goes by so fast. I don't have my glasses on. Anyway, no.
He's got a show, Jackie's Groove, and he's a percussionist, and he has a lot of drummers on his show and musicians. I've been on his show. He's a great guy.
Oh, I know Bobby Blotzer from Rat. But I have a question about the film. So in the film, the rock doc is played by Chris Mulkey, who to me is like one of the most like underrated, greatest actors ever. He's in one of my favorite films of all time. It's called Foxfire, which was an Angelina Jolie film before she became super famous. And he's like one of the bad guys in the film. It's a really great film. And so how did you actually hook up with Chris Mulkey, a famous actor who's been in a zillion things, to be in your independent film?
Yeah, well, first of all, I feel so lucky that we got Chris Mulkey. Because what a brilliant actor he is. But Robin knows him, and he read the screenplay. And it's all about the screenplay, and he loved the screenplay. And I'll tell you, he nailed the rock doc. And I had Chris and Jonathan, the real rock doc, Jonathan Schneider, they Skyped together for about an hour so that Chris could get his mannerisms, because Jonathan is a real character. And a mensch, by the way. That guy, he changed my life with his kindness. You know, a lot of people have. I'm overwhelmed by how many people have helped me, and I hope I can do the same for other people. But Chris Mulkey, what a pleasure to work with. What a pro. What a patient guy, because the difference between him doing, Captain Phillips with freaking
Tom Hanks,
and then here he is with Linda Chorney eating some shitty food on the side.
He was one of the main guys in the Gotti movie, which the movie itself wasn't good, but he was really good in it. He was really good in it.
Hated the Gotti movie. Hated it.
No,
it always shows the mafia as
I think he was
people.
in Cloverfield. I mean, he's got great credits, you guys. So I was so excited to see, and I was just like, oh my God, how did Linda Chorney get like this guy who's like world famous in these huge movies? You know, here he is like in her film. So kudos to you guys and Robin and everybody, and kudos to him for seeing a good project and saying, hey, you know what? I might not make what I normally make to get paid to do something, but like this is a great project and I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, and you know what else? He even came to the premiere in Hollywood. And, you know, he just came. There was no freaking limo. He had to buy his own popcorn. You know, he just, it was, it's humbling.
He's an actor. He's not a star. There's a difference. You know, I would never want to be a star if I ever could be. I want to be an actor. I like to be known as an actor. Stars are people that can act. They just have, let's get
good
one, like
publicist.
Zsa Zsa Gabor. She was a star, but she couldn't do anything, that bitch. But marry men for their money. You know, I knew her. I didn't like her, by the way. She had the fattest ass I ever saw in Hollywood. Her ass was like 6 feet wide and her body was skinny. She looked like a hammerhead shark.
Robin's telling me too to let everybody know Chris Mulkey's daughter Amelia was also in the film.
Yes, she was wonderful, and she came to the last screening that you were at. She was on the panel, and she did a lovely job as my best friend Tracy. Not only her, Marion Ramsey was in the film. She's from all of the Police Academy movies. She's another one who's a pretty big name. And
let's do a shout
and
out
Kiki.
For Kiki. Kiki.
Yes.
Epson.
Where at Kiki?
Epson.
Yeah,
Buddy Epson's daughter.
He's got me going. Buddy Epson, who all of you know from Breakfast at Tiffany's. He played Doc. Or from television, he played, what was his name on television?
Jed Clampett, Beverly Hillbillies.
No, and he was also a detective.
Barnaby
Jones was a phenomenal character actor for years and years and years in Hollywood. Yeah. And Kiki is a sweetheart. I fell in love with, not really in love with, I fell in like with her. This one I fell in love with, this little bitch over here. But the other one I fell in like with. And she invited Jimmy and I to the red carpet opening night of her musical, which is about her dad, Buddy Epson. And
she's an amazing musician.
And soon we will be promoting that, letting you all know when tickets are available and where to get them, and to definitely go and come on down and meet Jimmy and I.
She's coming on the show in September, at the end of September,
right before she opens her musical.
So you guys,
are you going to opening night if you're available?
I might. When is it?
I don't know.
October 13th, I think. Oh no, I forgot. I think it's October 13th. I might be wrong.
Check your calendar.
That's around my birthday.
We'll go to dinner and we'll hang out and get drunk and go see her musical and have a ball.
So we're going to take a break from talking for a second, because we're going to play another song for everybody to hear Linda's music. And
Play Cherries.
No, we're
It's
gonna
such
play
an-
when
You
we,
said you didn't want Cherries because it was too long.
I said I didn't want
Oh,
Cherries
fuck
because it's
him.
too
Don't
long.
talk to me. I'm here
No.
for the show, you know. This maricon over here is only
He
one
didn't
half
even
of
answer
the
his
show.
emails. So anyway,
What?
we're gonna do
I
when
answer
we.
emails when I
We're gonna-
remember.
I remember.
When we filmed in the desert.
So this is
in
this
Death
is
Valley.
and this is a song that's in the film, right?
Why can't
Yes,
we?
you said that was your favorite song.
My favorite. I know. I just
everybody
want
shut the
clarifying
fuck
it.
up. Why can't we do Cherries? It's a
No.
beautiful song.
No, I don't have it, honey. I got music videos for people to play so they don't
Well,
hear
how
it. They
come I
see
heard
it.
Cherries? You're a liar.
She
You
played
have-
it live for you at the show.
Why don't I have send me one, you cheap bitch? Or do I have to buy you a fucking CD
No,
too?
she gave you a CD when she was here the other day of her latest one.
You know, I'm in a coma, Kate. She gave me a CD.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
right.
Right, stupid here couldn't get the thing playing on.
I couldn't get it played on his thing. Anyway, hold
after
on.
the show, I'm playing it because I really love. Everybody out there, do me a favor. Go buy Cherries. You're gonna love it. You're gonna get very emotional.
Go to
because-
lindachorney.com. She makes
because
more money if you buy it from her site.
It's a great.
Yeah, also,
It's
go
a
to
great
Lin-
song about being young and being middle-aged and being older. It's a beautiful folk song. Please buy it. Listen to Ron Russell. I don't bullshit you. You will definitely enjoy it. Sit back, smoke a joint, have a glass of wine, and listen to it.
Okay,
No,
let's
it's really a great song.
And
Chad.
also, like my official trailer for When I Sing on YouTube, if you guys could comment and like it, I'd be very grateful. I also have a TED Talk. You can watch my TED Talk, too.
How did you do that? Oh, because you got the Grammy nomination? Is that why you got to do a TED Talk? Good for you.
Oh, by the by. What's her face who knows you from the Grammys?
What's her face?
Sharon Leah.
Sharon Leah.
Oh,
who's
right.
a good friend of mine from Pennsylvania. Sharon, if you're watching, hi, sweetheart. And Sharon's going to the Grammys again or something. She just sent me some shit. She's going to 2 awards.
He pays attention to it.
I don't know. You know, I have selective
I think she won a
thinking.
Josie Award, maybe.
Something,
but anyway,
yeah.
let's go back.
So she said to say hi.
Let's go back, though. All right, so you introduced Chad. You have the When We video this time? All right, Linda, introduce the song. This is a beautiful song, you guys, with a beautiful
All
visionary.
her songs are beautiful.
But the video is actually gorgeous, and I love it. And so introduce it. We're going to play it for everybody.
This was filmed by me and my husband, Scott, When We, from Oysters.
Sit and watch you not look back at me. We don't seem to be on the same page we wrote history on. What we thought we would be. Now everything's different. We have a new story. We can't seem to find our way back to when we cherished each other and when we wanted to be together. Why can't we We used to fight for each other, and now we just fight with each other. No matter how many times we try to analyze, we point the fingers that wear our rings to when we cherished each other and when we wanted to be together. Why can't we be? Why I still sit and watch you not look back at me. We don't seem to be.
What a great show. Jackie.
All right,
Tone.
there you go, gang.
So that was When
Meanwhile-
We, the music video from Linda Chorney.
She's
And-
showing us her property. It looks like half of Arizona. She lives in Tucson, and the backyard is backyard. The what do they call that? The grounds. Excuse me.
Patio,
darling.
whatever.
The grounds, darling, the grounds. And the grounds are sensational. The swimming pool is divine. You have to see how magnificent it is. I can't wait to get my gorgeous, young, thin, hot, sexy body in that pool, naked.
Should we go up and wake up Scott?
Yeah,
let's go wake him up. Make
So
sure.
you guys, while we're
and
waiting,
listen. If he has an erection, photograph it.
so listen though, you guys.
Most guys
you
wake
can
up
get
with
you can get
erections.
Linda's music. Go to lindachorney.com because if you buy it
Buy
off her
cherries,
website, it's
buy
better.
cherries, buy cherries.
Get all her albums. You want to get Emotional Jukebox because that's her Grammy nominated album, and you can
And
get
get
it on
cherries.
iTunes.
Buy two of them.
Scott's watching it on the big TV.
That's funny.
Oh, so he knows we're coming.
You're one
In
sneaky.
bed.
Where is that little fucking prick? Where is he? Where is that Scott?
Wait, I
Too
gotta
dark.
wait, let me put some light on so you can see him.
Let's see your erect penis.
Oh God, you're gonna freak the guy out. He's very cute, you guys. There he is.
He is
Hey,
cute. Look
you
at
guys.
that.
This is Scott,
Wow.
Linda's husband.
You look good in bed, Scott.
How big is the bed?
Oh, is it big enough?
Oh, look, he's got lube next to he's got lube next to him.
What has he got?
Yeah,
Lou?
what?
He's got lotions all next to
Lube.
the bed.
It's for his feet.
Bye,
I'm not
Scott.
kidding.
Wait, did she say feet?
Hi,
or-
Scott.
Wait, did you say for his feet or for his meat?
Yeah, he has disgusting feet.
Oh,
Oh, poor Scott.
that's because he's a cowboy.
Oh, look at Chad. Chad's like, oh, poor Scott.
Poor
Can I
Scott.
show you what Scott looked like when he was younger?
Yeah.
Scott is cute as hell
He's
now.
cute as could be now.
The
When
queen.
Scott was in New York City at Studio 54, and when he left, this is back in the beginning of the 80s or late 70s, they asked him if he'd try out for Blue Lagoon.
He would be like the Christopher Atkins. Oh my God, he looks
Yeah,
like
go,
Christopher
go, go, go.
Atkins.
Yeah, cute.
He's gorgeous.
Still gorgeous. I used to hang out at 54. I wonder if I balled him up in the stadium.
You know what I do? When I'm in bed with him, I shut my eyes and pretend I'm banging this guy.
I do the same thing. I pretend I'm banging Cary Grant.
He loves Cary Grant.
I close my eyes and I yell out, "Oh, Cary, I love you." Not
Hey,
your
look,
Nick.
here's some of my awards. There's
Okay, wait.
Houston
She's showing you her awards.
World Fest. That was we got the special jury award for best feature film. When I Sing, I'm the writer producer.
Yay!
Good.
And this was for the opening act. I won best documentary.
Could make you
And-
better on the trophy. What a crappy looking trophy. Let me see
Listen,
that.
At
What
Hollywood,
is it?
you want to see how it's like, you know, they put the glass in and they
Please
carve it.
Send it back. Ask for a
So
trophy.
wait, let's go. So as a musician, because like we want people to know, like besides playing in clubs, you're very like accomplished. Tell us who are some of the acts that you've like either opened for or played with.
Henny Youngman, Phyllis Diller. No, I'm kidding. It was. By the way, just one more thing on the awards. The one for the Hollywood Reel, you had to buy your award if you wanted to have it. So I didn't buy it because I'm cheap. Okay,
Not
so-
cheap, smart.
yeah, I opened for Paul Simon in front of 250,000 people with Nelson Mandela and Jackson Brown. That was a big one. But recently, Mike McDonald, and who's the nicest guy in the world, and the Beach Boys, they were super nice. They had me backstage with them.
You love Mike McDonald. That's a Doobie Brothers
I
guy.
love him.
Michael
Didn't you do
McDonald was so
Didn't you
good.
do something with Pat Benatar once or no? Did I read that?
Yes, I've opened for Pat Benatar. I've opened for Sheryl Crow. I've opened for, why am I drawing a blank? Dave Mason, Air Supply.
Oh, we had them on the show. We had Air Supply on the show. We love them.
Air Supply.
Yeah.
One of my favorite groups. And Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar?
Yeah.
I love Pat Benatar.
Yeah, I saw her. I met her in Right Bank Shoe Company in Beverly Hills, a shoe store. And she was sitting next to me, and she was buying boots, like 20 pair of boots for her show. And she said to the guy salesman, give me high heels for every day, but give me the low heels for on stage. And the boots in those days were like $500 a pair. And I thought, this bitch is spending like 30,000 or whatever it was, some obscene amount of money. So I had no idea who she was, by the way. And
I hate high heels. They're so bad for you. They're impractical.
Wait,
I
listen.
won't wear.
So wait, let me finish. So I'm talking to her about high heels. And I said, honey, let me put a pair of high heels on. I could show you how to be on stage in high heels and they won't hurt. And she was hysterical. She thought I was kidding. She didn't know I impersonated Jane Russell. But anyway, she was very nice. And then the salesperson, Bobby Sapatano, said to me, do you know who that was you were talking to? I said, no. He said, that was Pat Benatar. I said, who is she?
I love Pat Benatar. I think Pat Benatar.
She's got some serious chops, man. She's great.
And that just shows you, though, how great. Like, you can say, yes, you have to pick yourself up when things don't go well, but you've had a lot of things that do go well. I mean, opening for Pat Benatar, that's like a big deal.
Listen to me. This girl's got a lovely life. She has a gorgeous, lovely husband who adores her. Because I said to Scott, I said, I love her. He said, that's how I feel. He said, he loves her too. She's got a beautiful home. Too bad it's in Arizona, not in Palm Springs, but you can't have everything.
She's a talented singer. She's
talented.
Gorgeous. She's quick-witted. She's funny. She's got a great personality.
And she's lucky enough to have me as a dear friend.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys, thanks for the dinner the other, and thanks so much for having me on the show. I had a wonderful time.
Is it over?
We got to go. We have like a couple minutes.
Meanwhile, I made that linguine with clams. I went out to Gelson's to get the clams. I carried on to get them, and nobody ate half the clams.
Yeah.
How come?
I ate all of them.
There were still clams left.
Hey, you know, I did a remake of, when I used to play at bars, I did a remake of Margaritaville because everybody would ask, I hate that friggin' song. And you got every white man overbite wanting you to play that song.
I hate that Margaritaville song too.
Do you want to hear my rendition that I got fired for quite a few times?
Yeah, a few times. Do you know the song? It's Jimmy Buffett, first of all.
Oh, wait, let me just do mine really quick. I used to sing, my heart is sad and lonely, I think of you only. You know that song? Forever. We were at rehearsal in a very big nightclub in New Jersey, and the owners were there, and I said, boys, play it. And I said, my twat is white, wet and foamy. I dream about a great big Italian bologna. And they came running up and they said, you can't work here. You're fired. I said, no, I don't do that. That's just a joke.
We have to do a duet then.
And I did it right.
So
Go.
mine was, and then it goes nibbling on his sponge cake, watching his buns bake. All those tourists covered with oil, strumming my 6-inch. On my porch it is a cinch. Smell my clam, it's beginning to boil. Wasted away again and my vagina's filled. Looking for my last condom to ball. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know if I'm tired, I can blow. That's it.
Now, everyone watching this show, now you know why I love her so much.
You can hear some people
me with long hair.
laughing their asses off, and some people were like,
nah,
right,
like crickets. And
those people just have. That's okay.
Well, I mean, my line, they've dropped my twat is wet and foamy. I mean, my heart is sad and lonely. I mean,
I love that.
Well, they want to going to fire me. Seriously.
She said she got fired several times.
Well, you know, because you know, a lot of the nightclub owners were Italian.
Oh, fuck Republicans that don't like that.
No, these were
did I say that?
These were mafia guys from Brooklyn, tough guys, and they didn't like that kind of talk, especially if their wives are going to be in the audience. You know, my twat is wet.
How's your pea soup or whatever you're making? Does it look good?
Black bean soup. It's really good. And I had to go to the gym because I have to lose a few pounds before the.
You are so skinny. Are you kidding? How much weight do you want to lose? You out of your mind?
Just 2 pounds.
You're a tiny. By the way, everybody out there, she's tiny. She's a very petite little girl.
I am not. I'm 5'8".
Oh, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're full of shit. You're not 5'8".
Maybe.
5'8"?
Well, you're really tall.
No, I'm not. I'm only 6. You're like a little munchkin. You're 5'8"? I don't believe it.
I am.
Look, she probably is 5'8" because she's like she goes up to the top of your eyebrows.
Right. Why do I think you're so? You're petite though. You got a little. What are you? Size 3, 4, 6?
No, more like 6 or 8 now.
You're kidding. You look so skinny and little.
Yeah. This is my studio.
What? Oh, cool. This is your studio.
It's a little bit messy right now. This is my pool table. So I love to shoot pool. Wait, one more thing, then I do have to go too. Here, this is me and Willie Marsconi, the greatest pool player of all times. I shot pool with him. Remember in the movie you see me shooting pool?
Yeah.
So for Scott's birthday last year, I bought him this freaking pool table, which is from 1908, and it's only 6 of a kind. And he gets home, and I'm the one who shoots pool. He likes it, but I love pool. He goes, "Oh, thanks. You bought that for me?" So when it was my birthday, he comes home, and he goes, "Hey, I got your birthday present in the driveway." And I go out there. He bought tires for his car.
That's a good gift. Now, the pool table has 2 uses. You can use the pool table.
No, you do not lie on a pool table. No.
Well, they did in the movie with Jodie Foster.
You can just bend over it, but okay. So let's tell everybody real quick.
I mean, he could shoot in your hole with a ball, on the pool table.
So hold on. So here's what we got, you guys. This is Linda Chorney. You guys, you can go her film, which will be playing in shows all around, screenings all over the place. You go to whenising.com and you can find out where and when and sign up.
Sign up. Yep.
Follow her on Twitter at Linda Chorney, Chorney. You can also follow the Twitter of the movie
I love you.
at When I Sing, and then
I just love you.
Scott's also on Twitter. You can follow him. He's at Scott FADYNIC. How do you spell Scott's last name?
She's such a crazy bitch. That's why I love her. I love her. I love you so much.
So you can follow Scott on Twitter also. And we want everybody to support independent artists. What was our hashtag?
Hashtag Indie Lives Matter.
There we go. Indie Lives Matter, everybody. So hashtag Indie Lives Matter. Let's get it going. Linda, we want to thank you for coming on the show. We love you, and we will definitely be in touch.
Linda, I have many, many, many friends. I really do, but you are special. Your light is the brightest of most of my friends. I love you.
Oh,
thank you for being in my life. No, seriously, no bullshit. Thank you for being in my life, and I want more of you.
Thank you for having me on the show. You guys are fantastic.
I'll send you the link.
Everybody else if they don't get it.
That's right. Screw them all. All right. Bye, Linda. Have fun.
Sweetheart.
See you later.
Take care, honey.
Bye.
Say bye to Scott for me.
Oh, yeah. Say goodbye to Scott.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, Scott.
Bye.
John, Dean, stop this crazy thing.
I don't know how, I bet. You know how to stop it?
I know.
Hit the little red button that hangs up.
Goodbye.
That was good.
She's fun, isn't she?
So much
She's
fun.
a character, no doubt.
You had to see her at our dinner party. She was just the most enjoyable person to be with. You could be in a rotten mood, which I wasn't, but if you were, she would just take you right out of it. She's a very happy, fun girl. Nice girl, too. Good heart.
So,
good people.
Yeah, the whole thing was great.
She was on the whole
love her.
show.
I know, because I didn't have a second guest, and I was going to have him play some other stuff, but instead I just kept her on.
Yeah, I mean,
it was fun.
Who wants anything else but her?
It was fabulous.
It is.
And she's got a great voice, you guys. Everybody go to her website, check it out, and I guess that's... Somebody's leaving the chat room. Robin's leaving the chat room. All right, everybody. So we got a few minutes left. Here's what we're gonna do. Chad, let's play the Joya Bruno "Love Is Lifting Me Higher." Your "Love Is Lifting Me Higher" video.
Okay.
Not very long, is it?
3 minutes.
Okay, so then we'll come back and say goodbye to everybody. All right, everybody. So this is Joya Bruno. The name of the song is "Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher," and if you look closely, you'll see a blonde-haired Jimmy Star in the video all over the place.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
So check it out, everybody. Joya Bruno, "Your Love Is
No
Lifting
wonder
Me
the
Higher."
song. I was wondering why he was playing Joya's song. Oh, my God. We got to look at him. Oh, you're going to bump.
You know,
was weird. Just cuts off at the end like that?
Yeah, I think that they ran out of money, fixed it, finished it.
Lying. That's terrible.
That's fucking funny, though, right?
Sudden stop there. All right.
Yeah, it's got a sudden stop. So let's see, everybody. We got 2 minutes left to go, and we had a great time today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Please check out the YouTube videos when we put them up. And next week we have a young lady that we met at the Info List Comic-Con event. Her name's Adrienne Wilkeson. She looks like Audrey Hepburn, kind of. She's gorgeous and beautiful, and she voices all kinds of stuff in, like, all the Star Wars cartoons and stuff. Plus, she's been in a bunch of films.
And she's brought elegance back to young women.
Yes, she's fabulous. So we're going to have a good time with that. And what else you got? You got about a minute and a half.
Well, I'll strip. I'll start off taking my shirt off.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
We're going to go try and see Ant-Man if we can get our movie pass to work later.
I have to sit through that stupid childish thing for 2-year-olds.
I love Ant-Man.
Ant-Man meets the cricket. Give me a break.
No, it's Ant-Man and Wasp fight like evil.
Wasp. Ant-Man meets
cricket. Listen to Chad.
Oh my, Chad, what did I marry? A boy man, a man boy. What do they call them? Men boys?
I don't know.
Boy men.
It's not
I married a superstar.
No, I married a man boy. You're like a boy, a child.
That's
wants to go see Ant-Man. Oh, Daddy, take me to see Ant-Man.
No, it's an adult movie. It's rated R. You can't even go see it if you're a child.
Why? They're going to screw these two guys? They're gay? Ant-Man and
Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's a guy and a girl.
Oh.
It's Paul Rudd. You love Paul Rudd.
I do?
Yeah.
Who's he?
He's like a famous actor who used to only do comedies, but now now he's doing this. But that's why these are funny, because he has
His name's
a comedic.
Familiar to me.
Yeah, you know him. You've seen him. You've seen him in 50 movies.
Probably.
Anyway, you guys, we're going to go try and see that. I don't know if we said hi to Pat Grant in the chat room when she came in. I see she said, what a great show. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, Pat. B, everybody in the chat room, we had a great time today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe weekend.
Yes.
And we will see all of you guys next week. So have a great weekend, everybody. Chad, you're a superstar. Thank you so much, and everybody have a good week.
And scream out on your Facebook page, you want Silver Foxes on the air.
There you go, and Indie Lives Matter. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye. See you next week.
Got myself alone as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your what I wanna be. Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress you right. You'll feel like a star. We'll hook you up. Now you look sexy. Your game is tight. Gonna get laid tonight. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star.
One day I was walking down the street. My mate come up to me and said, "Hey mate, wanna go to a party? Party. I'm like, what are you talking about, love? I ain't got no guy.